we kind of started some of the initial planning, we really had to push to get things started because, you know, when you're working on projects like this, you want everything to be perfect. It's one of my flaws that I always kind of have to work through on these trips because I could sit there and plan forever. It's really great that when we have other people there, my mom and my dad, they really kind of push things to get started, especially because my dad is very much aware of the timelines and how fast just work can go. Once we had kind of measured out the basketball court and placed the cricket pitch, we really wanted to get started on those because we knew that those would be some of the longer and more complicated projects, just because of the sheer size. So we got some tractors there and we kind of did those two projects together because some of the machinery was really hard to coordinate. We're actually really lucky that we have the major on our side, always kind of helping us out and helping to push things along. So we got the machines there and we started initially digging first, and you know, I didn't really realize, I guess, how long that would take. So it's really good that we got started because we kind of ended up finishing that project just in time, and we did definitely hit some hiccups along the way. We also had to do those two in unison because we had a lot of machines. We needed a machine there for digging. We also needed multiple trucks to come dump the bricks and the sand and stuff like that. And we also needed a machine to flatten the dirt, to level it out. And that machine, we really had to be specific with what day we wanted it there and kind of push away all other plans. So when the machine arrived, I didn't realize, but it had driven all the way there. And this was a pretty, it looks pretty dated, and you know, it's a big, huge roller machine. It wasn't brought in on a truck. It wasn't pulled in by anything. The truck goes like, I don't know, the truck just had to roll there, and it took about a full day to actually get it there. So once we knew we needed that for the cricket pitch and the basketball field, once we had it there, we needed to use it for both. So that's some of the kind of logistical things that are really difficult when we do these things. You know, if you're working in other places, you might think, okay, we'll just order the machine 2 days, but that's not really how it ended up working. So we had to really coordinate a lot of that properly, which is definitely difficult and kind of stressful. But I was really happy to see things start to happen. Part of our job kind of being there, and part of the reason that I think it's really important that I'm always on the ground for every project, is that you never know what's going to come up. And that's not just in terms of projects in general, but how the projects run. So what we do is we usually check in at JDS every single morning just to make sure all the projects are on point and that everything is going smoothly. And it also gives anyone we've kind of hired to help out with the project an opportunity to also ask us questions and clarify things with us as well, instead of just moving forward with a guess or an assumption. This year it was difficult. We've never had to manage 2 projects in 2 different places. So again, a lot of it was just being organized and really trying to get the logistics together. So we are here at JDS on day 3 of construction of our cricket pitch and our basketball court. We got a little off schedule yesterday. The roller came, the other machine came as well, but we didn't have enough truckloads of the broken brick. We had ordered 3. We ordered 3 more for today, and then it's looking like we might need another 3 as well to make sure that it's leveled out.
You can see in the back here, we ordered another truckload full of gravel and bricks. We originally ordered 6, but this morning as we were putting down the last few loads, we realized we needed at least 2 more. So this is one of 2. We still got our roller working in the back. Still got our JCB waiting on us. Day 3 of construction.
A great thing about going to check in is that we not only get our updates about the project, but we also get to see and spend some time with the kids. That was really important for me this year because last year I spent a lot more time in the classroom with the students and really working directly with them. And unfortunately, because of the type of projects we were doing this year, that wasn't really possible in the time frame we had. I got a lot of grief from them for that, but it was nice to be able to kind of just go in and see them, check in, and get updates on how things were going and how they were doing. Another one of the initiatives Green Dupatta is doing this year is that we're providing scholarships to these 3 students. We provided them scholarships last year as well, and they did an excellent job. Woo! So we will be continuing to provide them with scholarships this year. We do this because we believe that education is also a sustainable investment, and we know that these kids have a really bright future. Can you guys please introduce yourselves?
Yeah.
Name and class.
Okay. Okay, and you? Name? Okay, and
And
you?
what class?
Okay.
I self presented class 6.
Oh, great.
And what's your favorite thing about school?
Which is your favorite subject?
English.
English, why?
I like it, talk English and write English.
Very good.
I also think it's really important that the students also feel involved in the projects that are going on in their school. I find that if those who are going to benefit from these projects don't feel a part of it, they often tend to utilize it less. So for example, when we did our community garden last year, we did a lot of the cleanup and a lot of the initial planting with the 8th grade class, and I think that's what really drew them to the project. And that's what kept them using it over the course of the entire year. So I thought it really important that in these check-ins, we not only check in on the work being done and check in on the students in general, but kind of bring them and give them the opportunity to kind of see what was going on, ask questions, give their opinion, because it is something that's going to be in their school and that's going to affect them. And if their voice is heard in that, then they're going to feel more connected to it, and they're going to be more likely to use it as well. One of the things you have to do here is a lot of multitasking because we have a limited amount of time. So as you can see, our basketball court is not done, but we are starting our water harvesting. So we're going to be putting in a system in which the rainwater is collected on the roof of the school, and we bored 200 to 250 foot hole into the ground, and the collected rainwater is going to go directly from the roof, and it's going to be filtered and it's going to be put back to the water table, because the water table is extremely low here. And that's why a lot of wells in villages and in certain cities are becoming dry, because they're not deep enough. So these are some of the things we're doing. You have to be able to manage a lot, and you have to be able to multitask quite a bit. How much do we have going on, Ricky?
We have about 4 things going on right now, and it's pretty crazy. It gets a little stressful, but we gotta go with the flow and just keep things moving here.
Basically, what's happening in India is the water table has gone down below, in this area, below 250 feet. Compare that to Canada, where it's about 4 feet or 6 feet, 5 feet maximum. So 250 feet down to get water. So what we did is, all of the buildings in the school complex, we run the drain overflow water into a chamber, and that chamber cleans the water. It has 2-phase cleaning. One is take out the big sediments and dirt and things like that, and the second one is the fine filtering. That water is then put down 250 feet down through a borewell pipe into the earth, and that raises, if everyone does it, it will raise the water table up, and this will allow plants, gardening, trees, everything to grow, cool the earth, and you would not need to water your garden so much, or use so much water.
No, this is going straight down with a plant, that's why you have to put a plastic pipe. Then if you have plastic, nothing can bore through it. Like long ago, they used to have these baked pipe, and that's how roots grew into them. And what's going to happen to it is going to have a concrete chamber at the top for a filtration system. So what that does is any kind of plastic or garbage that's about that size that comes down from the roof and all of that, it goes into that concrete well, which is going to be underground actually. And it filters. You can open it, clean that out, and then so once a year you clear it out.
Okay.
And then the water keeps running again. So after every rain season, clear out the whole thing, close it up.